Councillor Brown and Councillor Jewett. Statement of ethical obligations. All councillors undertook an oath or affirmation at the beginning of their term of office and declared to undertake the duties of the office of councillor in the best interests of the people of the Broken Hill local government area and the city of Broken Hill, and that they will faithfully and impartially carry out the functions, powers, authorities and discretions vested in them under the Local Government Act 1993 or any other act to the best of their ability and judgment. Live streaming and recording of meetings. This committee meeting is being live streamed via YouTube and recorded and published online via Council's website. To those present in the meeting today, by attending this public meeting, you are consenting to your image, voice and comments being recorded and published. The chairperson and or the general manager have the authority to pause the live stream if comments or debate are considered defamatory or otherwise inappropriate for publishing. Participants are advised that they may be subject to legal action if they engage in unlawful behaviour or commentary. Item 1 we have on the agenda is the apologies. Apologies. No apologies. Do we have a mover? Move, Mayor Kennedy. Seconder, Councillor Brown. All those in favour? Unanimous. Item 3. Leave of absence. Councillor Hickey, Deputy Mayor, submitted a leave of absence due to travel to attend the Country Mayors Association General Meeting in Sydney. A call for a motion to grant the Deputy Mayor Hickey a leave of absence for this meeting. We have a mover for that. Moved Councillor Boland. Seconded Councillor Brown. All those in favour? Carried unanimously. Item 4, call on Councillor Boland to read the prayer.
Thank you, Councillor Aldgate. Almighty God, we ask you to invoke your blessing upon this council, direct and prosper our deliberations to the advancement and true welfare of the people of the council area, our state and Australia. Amen.
Thank you, Councillor Boland. Item 5, acknowledgement of the country.
We acknowledge the traditional owners of the land upon which we meet today, the land of the Willakali people, and pay our respect to the elders past, present and emerging.
Thank you, Councillor Page. Item 6, acknowledgement of Broken Hill's mining history. Councillor Brown.
Take time to reflect, remember and honour the over 800 miners that lost their lives and those that were crippled or maimed on the line of load. We thank the brave miners and the wives who were part of the 1920 strike that lasted over 500 days and delivered 35-hour working week.
Thank you, Councillor Brown. We move on to the minutes, confirmation of the minutes. We have a mover of the minutes of the meeting held 19th of April 2023. Move Councillor Jewett. Seconded Councillor Brown. All those in favour? Carried unanimously. Item 8, disclosures of interest. No disclosures of interest. Item 9, reports. Item 1, Broken Hill City Council report number 85/23 dated May the 8th, 2023. Correspondence report, the new requirements for aged care facilities.
I'll move the recommendations.
Move Mayor Kennedy. Seconded Councillor Brown. Speak to it, Mayor Kennedy.
Yeah, just briefly. Look, it's really important that we, I see in there from correspondence, the modified Monash model For areas 5 to 7 are exempt for 12 months. We are a number 3. I'm not sure if we have been moved. It was suggested that we might be number 6, but from this correspondence, we're still number 3. So we need to really follow it up and make sure that we're at least in that area for an exemption.
You need to add an addendum to your,
Yes, I would add it that we send correspondence to at least be given the same opportunities as the aged care facilities that are in the modified Monash model 5 to 7.
okay? The seconder accept that. Any further speakers? All those in favour? Carried unanimously. Item 2, Broken Hill City report number 86/23, dated 17th of May 2023. Correspondence report, funding for a bariatric ambulance for Broken Hill.
I'll move that it be accepted.
Move,
The
move.
recommendation.
Seconder. Councillor Boland. Speak to it.
Yeah, again, just briefly, the correspondence gives a detail of what should be happening, but in reality, that isn't what happened, and that was the reason that I was contacted in the first place. There was a patient up there for a number of weeks, unable to be taken home. But happy to just keep it as it is, but just to keep an eye on it, because they say that they'll consider it, and hopefully the correspondence means that they have actually looked into what's happened there.
Right. Further speakers? If not, all those in favour? Carried unanimously. Item 3, the Broken Hill City Council report number 87/23, dated May 11, 2023. Annual fees for mayors and councillors.
Move that way with a add to the recommendation of section point 6.
Point 6.
Yeah, I'd like to see a poll conducted in our next newsletter, asking the community how the council's performance is going, and if they feel that the councillors deserve an increase in their fees. It can be conducted via QR code for the people with smartphones, and for the people with no smartphones to be able to be brought into the administration building. So as a council, we can get an indication on how the community feels our performance is, because ultimately we shouldn't be getting any increase in our fees unless the community feels our performance warrants those increases.
Thank you, Councillor Boland. Do we have a seconder for that? Seconded, Councillor George.
I'll speak in favour of it.
Okay. Speak in favour of it?
Yes, I
Mayor.
assume that Councillor Boland means the recommended 3% via the tribunal. The reason I support that is because from our council's perspective, council's been a council that's really had the involvement of the community right along the way. I get a lot of good feedback, just how good the councillors are doing and the council as a whole. I think that as a council, we're achieving a lot. Everyone we meet with says how well the city is doing and how much it's come along in the recent 12 months or so. But ultimately, I feel very uneasy about a council deciding themselves whether they should have a pay rise. I'd rather, like Councillor Boland, obviously, would rather the community actually make that. And I'm quite happy with any decision that's made. And the advantage for council is that the community, again, feel like they're involved in the operations of council. For me, I believe that the community are our employers, if you like, and that includes all staff. And if they're happy, then that's what we should go with.
Yeah, just a question. Could we incorporate it in or promote the poll via the council newsletter?
I think that's what Councillor Boland said, wasn't it? That put it out in the newsletter.
That was the intent.
Yes, that was the intent, Chair.
Right. Any further speakers for or against?
Yes, Mr. Chair. I mean, I normally vote against this if the motion is not to increase the fees because of the various reasons I've outlined in the past. But in this case, the recommendation has been made by an external body, the tribunal. It's an ongoing concern to me that we have to make a decision, whereas other levels of government don't. The decision is, is made for them, and it's not up to the recipients of the allowance to have to vote on it. But that's another issue. It's not one that we have any power over. But in this case, this external body has said that the workload of a regional rural, which from memory is how we're classified, is the workload should pay us, within that range that's recommended. And we're not. I think we're getting further back towards the minimum amount. So I don't see the point of getting a second assessment of that. It's not based on. And again, the question I have, this poll that's being suggested presumably is based on council as a whole, and not. So that means that every individual within the council, would be if the poll shows that the public is happy with the performance, then every single councillor would be entitled to the increase, regardless of what they might have done. I'll leave it there, Mr. Chair, at this meeting.
I would assume, and we could check with the mover of the motion, but I would assume that it's a poll to assess whether the community feel that the council as a whole need an increase or otherwise. Not individual councillors, it would be the council as a whole. That's my understanding. Is that right, Councillor Boland?
Thank you, Councillor Allgate. Yeah, I believe that the community needs to have a say and an input on whether or not us as a group of councillors get the 3% increase. As the Mayor said, they're basically our boss. We answer to the community, and I think they need input in whether or not we deserve the increase.
Okay, that's clear enough. Do we have any further comment? All those in favour? Councillor Mayor Kennedy, Councillor Boland, Councillor Jewett, Councillor Allgate, and Councillor Brown against. Item 4, the Broken Hill City Council report number 88/23 dated May the 9th, 2023. Re-establishment of the Central Business District alcohol-free zone. Do we have a mover of the 5 points recommended?
I'll move it.
Moved, Mayor Kennedy. Seconded. Councillor Jewett. Speak to it. Mayor Kennedy.
Look, the alcohol-free zone without a doubt works really well, and there's no need to change it. So I think that not only does it work, but I suppose we certainly need the police to make sure they enforce it where possible.
Speakers against? No speakers against. All those in favour? Carried unanimously. Broken Hill City Council report number 89/23 dated May the 10th, 2023. The proposal to rename the South Community Centre to Fred Jobson South Community Centre. There are again 5 recommendations.
I'll move the recommendation.
Move the recommendations.
I'll second it.
Seconded. Councillor Boland. speak to it?
Yeah, just briefly, look, there's quite a lot of detail there, and it's a real honour to have something named after you. We were approached just yet last night by a number of people that were really happy with that decision. It'll go out on public display. The public will have input, and I'm sure that the vast majority of people will accept that and support that. If there is negative feedback, then councillors will take that into account. But for me, I think it's a really good outcome.
Any further speakers?
Thank
Councillor
you.
Boland?
Thank you, councillor Allgate. Along the lines of the mayor as well, naming a building is a big honour, and I'm quite. There's a lot of passionate people at that centre, and I'm quite happy that it's going out for community consultation, so we can get the feedback. But ultimately, it's a great thing, and there's a lot of support at that centre to rename it.
Thank you, councillor Boland. Further comment? Councillor Brown?
Yes, Mr. Chair, I know this is something that Don Moody, I don't know which members of the public that other councillors have been speaking to, but Don Moody has been on this for years and years, he's investigated various streets and facilities. I think, he was after the airport for a while and so on. So this has been a labour of love for a very long time from him. And I think he's really the instigator of the whole project. So I hope he's pleased with this recommendation.
Yeah, I agree wholeheartedly.
Just for councillor
Mayor
Brown's
Kennedy?
information, yes, Don Moody yesterday was spoken about it, and yeah, he was very emotional about it. Thought it was a great move.
Don Moody has been seeking to have it renamed after Fred Jobson for some considerable time, as councillor Brown knows, and I think the rest of us know that too. I know that Don Moody approached me, and I think others on a couple of occasions at the art gallery presentations that were held down there with the very same request. And I think it's good to see this actually happen. All those in favour? Carried unanimously. Item 6, Broken Hill City Council Report number 90/23, dated May the 10th, 2023. Quarterly budget review statement for period ended 31st of March 2023.
Move the recommendation as written.
Move the recommendation, councillor Boland. Seconder. Mayor Kennedy. Did Mayor Kennedy do? Yep. Speak to it, councillor Boland.
Thank you, councillor Allgate. It's all listed there. Obviously, it's tough conditions right now, and the chief financial officer and his team must be congratulated for producing a good, well-rounded report full of information. And as he's been working very hard, because we're going into another meeting with lots of figures as well. So congratulations and thank you to the chief financial officer.
Further comment? No further comment? All those in favour? Carried unanimously. Item 7, Broken Hill City Council Report number 91/23, dated May the 15th, 2023, investment report for April 2023. Do we have a mover?
I'll move that way.
Move councillor Boland. Seconder, councillor Jewett. Speak to it, councillor Boland.
It's all in the report, again, well written. So thank you, councillor Allgate.
Further speakers or comment, questions? All those in favour? Carried unanimously. Confidential items, number 10, nil. So I close this meeting at 5:50. And thank people for attending.